Hello, my name is David Sepulfrick, and this is my real first show of my podcast, In Walks a Man. I wrote it down, this first part here, because I just start rambling on because it's such a frustrating um, thing my life is, and I thought this would be the best way to start it without screwing up. So, for years, I've been writing down my story and trying to get my message out, but I've been too afraid to tell what has happened to me over the last 18 years, a third of my life. I'm not going to lie, I'm scared as hell. I'm also mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. I want to say that I've always put other people first before myself when I think about or do anything. But right now, it's time to put me first. What I have to do is tell my story now because I am going blind fast. And I am dying because I can't get the doctors to treat me. How fast I die is up to you people listening to my podcast. I think I can live another 40 years if I can get some doctor to listen to me, but I'm afraid to go see any doctor on my own anymore. I need as many people out there as I can to see my story and follow my story. And if they know that, maybe they will help me finally. Now that somebody is listening other than just dealing with me. My Facebook is David Sepulfrick, Seppelfrick. And Instagram is Daseppy, Daseppy. And the Twitter is at Daseppy, but it's capital Daseppy. All my life, I've been kind of a loner, and I've always tried to handle this alone, but they keep taking advantage of it. By they, I mean healthcare corporations. The doctors quit helping me years ago when I reported several of them for what they did to me. They'll take tens of thousands of dollars and put me in a poorhouse to treat the effects of what's wrong with me, but they won't treat the cause. Because if they treat the cause, then they'll be admitting that there has been a cover up all these years. So they'd rather let me die. And I'll say it now to everybody listening. One of those doctors told me because I had this wound in my foot that it was going to have to be amputated. I went for weeks thinking it was going to be cut off before he would give me a referral to a specialist. I couldn't afford to get one on my own, and he had to pay for it. Only to find out in 5 minutes by that specialist that there's no reason to amputate my foot because there was nothing wrong with it except for the wound. And I'm telling everyone for the first time right now that if you look up Illinois Criminal Code 720 ILCS 5, I believe I was a victim of a violent, aggravated criminal sexual assault by a sadistic doctor. And he found humor in it. I was humiliated. I was in shock. I had no idea what had just happened. It was like the Twilight Zone. I lost my soul that day, and I can still care about people, but I don't feel love for anybody anymore. Probably because I feel my life is lost and nothing but trouble, so I wouldn't dare bring anybody into it. I put my ex-wife Mary through hell, and she didn't deserve it. She's a good woman. We get along very good now, but I can never forget the mental and financial anguish being with me put her through. I'll get into that later too. Excuse me. I know that people will still make fun of me and make jokes about my situation because it's the times we live in. There are people that just enjoy other people's pain. I don't want people to feel sorry or pity me, but I do pity them. And you don't care as much when you know you're dying. What I do need is people to fight with me, to bring all this mess out into the open so it doesn't happen to other people's loved ones. I have always treated people and doctors like I would want to be treated myself, with respect and courtesy. I have no idea why he did that to me, and nothing was ever done about it. It was swept under the rug. I wrote and complained to several outlets, people in the healthcare industry, and I received letters saying they received my complaint and would look into it, but I would never know the outcome of those investigations because it was being kept private. Nobody was there for me. I was left all alone, and there was nobody there to help me. But it did do one thing, because when I went to another doctor right after that, I was told basically that I was blacklisted. He waved my complaint in my face and told me that every doctor I ever see for the rest of my life will know that I turned in their fellow doctors. And that is exactly what happened. I see doctors and they all look at me in contempt and ask me like who referred me to them and stuff like that. Support personnel treat me the same way. They just look the other way. So now I'm going to tell my side of the story. The truth, and I have records and witnesses to prove my side. These doctors that I tried to report don't deserve to be doctors, but as far as I know, they still are. 18 years later, I have no idea what stories going around by these doctors and the people that run these healthcare businesses about me, but I consider them all accomplices in my murder. Yes, I consider it murder if they refuse to treat me. Do you people think that they are accomplices if they will not do their job? If they will not stand up for themselves and do what's right by helping me instead of ignoring me and not giving me the right treatment? Or telling me that I'll die if I don't get the right treatment? Is there a Hippocratic oath anymore? These doctors are supposed to help people, not hurt them. So I realized I was possibly dying after I was told by 4 eye doctors that I'm going blind very fast. I went to the eye clinic because I had this sinus pain behind my right eye for like a month, and I kept having sleep-like stuff that I had rubbed out of my eye. I was laying in bed one morning and my eye hurt so bad it was like somebody hit me with a hammer. So I got up and I looked in the mirror, and my right eye was pointing off to the right while my left eye was looking straight, and it was all bloodshot and I couldn't see anything at all out of my right eye. And what happened next is how I realized that I am dying, not because they told me, but what I was told from a doctor at the very beginning. A doctor that gave me a vancomycin overdose that killed all the good bacteria in my colon, and then just passed me off to another doctor. So that is the first part of what I wrote down. I can't go any farther right now. I have to go to work for one thing. I do Uber and Lyft, and I don't know how long I'll be able to do that anymore if I'm going blind. It's a very long story. 18 years of hell. And I hope we can get into it all. I know I'm going to try. All right. So I will hopefully have you come back and help me get this out in the open, because these doctors are just happy as hell to just let me go. All right. Thanks for listening, and please share this and follow me. I'm also on it's inwalksaman.libsyn.com, all lowercase, and the Libsyn is LIBSYN. SYN.com. Thanks a lot, and I'll be back, hopefully.